It's time to settle the debate of who is the best Harley Quinn, Kaley Cuoco or Margot Robbie.
No one is like me.
Look, it's going to be a bit unfair to compare the look of the character here, since the animated show will always have the advantage of being closer to the source material than live action. And there's simply no doubt that Kaley's Harley looks a whole lot like the character created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. But here's the thing, the TV show has kept Harl's look consistent throughout. Sure, there are a few wardrobe changes here and there, but it's mostly the same attire, and that allows the audience to latch onto a certain look they grow accustomed to.
You look fantastic! Is that new lipstick?
In Margot's case, Daddy's Little Monster has gone through 3 big and significant costume changes in 3 movies. While it's debatable which look is actually the best for live action, it does create a distraction. Suddenly, you have fans arguing whether her hair should be short or long, pink or red, or if she should have tattoos or not. It takes away the conversation from how the character behaves on screen, becoming purely a discussion about aesthetics. Plus, there are many fans who just didn't connect with a drastic, unexpected look for Harley in Birds of Prey. Judging by what we've seen of the upcoming Suicide Squad film, it looks like James Gunn will be rectifying Miss Quinzel's apparel choices and making it more comic book accurate than before. However, Kaley's Harley takes the victory for looking the part. One area where Margot completely dominates Kaley, though, is in Harley's voice.
Pardon?
While Kaley is certainly no slouch and provides a truly memorable performance, complete with expletives, you can always tell it's her voicing the character, rather than disappearing into it, if you get what we mean.
I am more than just Joker's girlfriend.
As a native Australian, Margot has absolutely bossed the working-class New York drawl in the films. She understands which words to round and emphasize as she evokes the iconic vocal performance of Arlene Sorkin from Batman the Animated Series. Even if you close your eyes and just listen to Margot speak in Suicide Squad or Birds of Prey, she sounds exactly like Harley would. In fact, you'd probably struggle to find an actress who could pull off a better accent than her.
Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
Again, Kaley is supremely talented, but do you hear the clown princess of crime or Penny from The Big Bang Theory? And let's be honest there, on the Harley Quinn TV show, there are a handful of other voice actors who stand out more for their outstanding performances, like Tony Hale as Dr. Psycho, Alan Tudyk as Clayface, and even J.B. Smoove as Frank the Plant. Sorry, Kaley, but Margot owns you here.
Bye-bye, birdie.
What about personality, though? Well, this is a lot tougher to decide than the previous 2 categories. Both actresses have their legion of fans who'd argue that one is better than the other here. However, this might be more of a tie in the grand scheme of things. You see, Kaley has had some sensational scripts to work with and a killer cast to play off. Her Harley has been hilarious and fab in a show that totally gets she's a bonkers character with more than a screw loose. Everything is so over the top and wacky, as it rightfully should be. On the other hand, Margot's Mistress of Mayhem hasn't been helped by all the turmoil at DC Films. With all the studio interference, Snyder Cut, you have to ask if you've even seen the best material available. That being said, Margot has always looked like the star of the show, regardless of the quality of the movie she's in.
This is me being cool.
You could even argue that she's been the saving grace at times, with her carefully balancing the wacky nuances of Harley with the more subtle heroic tendencies. While both versions are definitely different from each other in execution, they have their respective strong points. It's hard not to love both of them equally here. And speaking of love, well, that's still an important part of both Harleys, whether in film or on the show. The thing is, it's done to a differing effect.
And?
On the show, Kaley's clown princess has a relationship with 2 people, the Joker and Poison Ivy. While it's as clear as day that her romance with Mr. J was nothing but abusive, seeing her and Ivy fall in love is something that has warmed the hearts of fans around the world. They've gone from partners in crime and friends to something more, but the way it was done just felt right and natural. There's so much emotion as they fight their feelings at first, but eventually they give in to each other and let the love blossom. Undoubtedly, the dynamic between Kaley and Lake Bell, who voices Ivy, is the key to this relationship's success. They just make the magic, to put it simply. For Margot's Harley, though, she's yet to find the same kind of connection with someone in DC Films. While a reported Deadshot romance subplot was cut from Suicide Squad, we've only seen her with Jared Leto's Joker so far. And yeah, let's just say that relationship is absolutely toxic, and you never sense there's any real chemistry between them. For now, Kaley's Harley seems to have a lot more luck with love than Margot does, but that could always change. Of course, Harley is nothing without her supporting cast. In the movies, Margot has had a revolving cast of peeps. From the OG Suicide Squad to Black Canary and Huntress in Birds of Prey, she always seems to have new friends whenever a movie comes around. It certainly allows her the opportunity to meet more DC characters, that's for sure. However, we haven't quite seen Harley in the serious thick of things with the big-time heroes like Batman and Wonder Woman. That's where Kaley's version of the character shines brighter than a diamond that Catwoman would love to steal. How many times have we seen the Dark Knight and Commissioner Gordon appear on the show as an example? Numerous. No character seems to be off bounds, and it truly feels like Harley can interact with any big villain or hero on a weekly basis. With Margot, though, it's more like the B players that she's interacting with.
You're not gonna find any A-listers on here.
Sure, there's always the possibility that she could appear in a big Justice League type of film in the future, but right now, she's more of a big fish in a small pond. There's something exciting about knowing that the Harley Quinn animated series could feature anyone from the DC universe, big or small, while the same can't be said about the films. It's a shame, really. You know what isn't a pity, though? How both versions of Harley have been received. Without a shadow of a doubt, she's one of DC's most popular and in-demand characters, thanks to these incredible portrayals. But it's safe to say that it's Margot's performance that really catapulted the clown princess into the mainstream.
You're welcome.
Everyone knows who she is and what she's all about, which might not have been the case before. Heck, just look at how many people dress up as Harley for Halloween nowadays. At the same time, the Harley Quinn animated series is slowly building up a positive word of mouth. A lot of fans and critics have been saying it's DC's best show in years. Plus, its recent move to HBO Max should certainly attract more eyeballs to it and show people what they've been missing. However, you can't deny that Kaley's popularity isn't quite on the same level as Margot's.
Be like that.
More people will always watch the movies than the TV show since they're big cinematic blockbuster events. Even though the actresses behind the character might be equally as talented, the film side will always trump the series here, regardless of quality or output. It's much like the same way fans will recognize Hugh Jackman as Wolverine instead of Cal Dodd, even though the latter voiced the character for a generation of fans. But now, it's time to consider everything we've covered and finally decide just who is the best Harley Quinn around. Drum roll, please. So, who takes the cake and pudding here? After tallying up the votes, it's Kaley, who narrowly beats Margot by the slimmest of margins.
I've done everything there is to do.
Look, no one expected the Harley Quinn animated series to be as good as it has been. In fact, when it was first announced, many fans rolled their eyes at the mere thought of it and who'd been cast as the lead. Thanks to sharp writing and terrific performances, however, it has turned the doubters into fans. It really is that good and deserves all the praise it is showered with. Margot fans mustn't be too despondent though, since she'll get another shot to redeem herself in the upcoming Suicide Squad film. There's already a lot of positive buzz around the film, and she could end up becoming a scene stealer once again. Who knows? We might need to revisit this topic and reassess things later on.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
But tell us, do you agree or disagree with our final verdict? Let us know in the comments section what you think. And if you want some more Harleyisms, we recommend checking out this hilarious bloopers and funny moments video. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.